Thank you for watching the replay. Here's what I got going on for lunch. Well, maybe it was a little bit of dinner too. Hello, Comely24. How's it going? I figured that I would start broadcasting more now that I'm moving into my boat. Hi, how are you? Because I haven't been broadcasting as much lately. And it's because I'm so busy and I don't have as much time. I'm good. I'm about to eat this big, huge, burrito that I just put a bunch of stuff together. And I found these really awesome chips. The butter chip is made out of radishes and chia seeds. They're pretty good. So what is everyone else doing for lunch today? I realize it's like 3:30, but this is the first time all day that I've had a chance to take a break and eat. I've had a lot going on with my team. I had to get my boat inspected at the marina, and I got really distracted by all of the mullet swimming around my boat. I had this, oh my gosh, this really incredible picture, or actually it's a video. I put it on Snapchat. If you're on Snapchat, it's at box_edge. There were like hundreds of mullet swimming right behind my boat, and I really wish I had a net because then I would be having fish tacos rather than just vegetarian tacos. No thanks. So, I don't know how long the scope will last because my phone has been really kind of crazy with overheating lately in the sun, and I'm running out of memory, but I figured that we would start hanging out for lunch, and it will probably be super inconsistent, but if you want to talk about healthy, hacks for, yourself, then we could talk about that, or we could talk about the boat, or we could talk about fish. I have a long list of things that we could talk about, but really, it's kind of like an Ask Me Anything, within boundaries, I wish I had, the ability to show my lunch while I was scoping. I'll work on the angle. Aha! There it is. I'm too nervous to, fold this one because I made it too big. Yesterday, or a couple days ago when I made one of these wraps, I folded it with one hand and Snapchatted it, and I was very proud of myself for being able to do that because it was really hard. Do you want to know what I put on my wraps? Maybe? We'll see if my camera works today. A lot of times my camera does really... Nope. I'm just, plant-based is what I would call it. So, I eat meat and fish and everything. I don't plant trees yet. But I did figure out something really cool. I'm going to show you. Check this out. I had this planter. I'm going to take forever to eat my lunch, but that's okay. I had this, what is it called? The little pots that you put plants in, the little plastic things in my car for 6 months, and I kept thinking, oh, I should plant something, but I got so busy working that I didn't plant anything, and I really wanted to. And so today, when I was moving stuff into my boat, I thought, that pot looks like it might be able to fit right here. And look, it works. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of the wavy lines. I figured out a trick that sometimes if I look at my hand, it'll go away. Nope, it's not working. Yeah, I do. What made you think that? Although I don't really listen to a lot of Sublime. I think that the fish are gone now, but I wish that my camera wasn't so wacky and did all these groovy, wavy lines. I swear, it looked like you're on acid or something watching this, probably. You can just read people. Yeah. Somebody told me once that one of the guys from Sublime went to my high school, but I don't think that was true. I think that's kind of like those urban legends that every high school has. Probably got yeah. Well, I'm pretty good at just being myself. So usually whenever you're yourself, people can really know who you are right away because you're not covered in a bunch of layers of an act, you know? But yeah, so did you see where the pot fit perfectly in that little cup holder thing? I'm moving in now. This week. So I bought my boat and I want to travel the world and inspiring healthy living. And I mean, that's pretty much real nutshell. It's not much more complicated than that. No, I'm not sure who all I will want to come with me, but I'm going to take all of my social media people along with me, that's for sure. I've been Snapchatting it a lot. I believe that. Where have you traveled, father figure? And what is your name, by the way? I'm going to attempt to fold this thing. Oh, I was going to tell you. Your name is Craig. Hi, Craig. Are you on a boat? Do you live on a boat? So this is my my wrap. That's my hand. And there's my wrap. Nope, it didn't work. We've been around. Currently live in Orlando. I was just in Orlando last night. I was at a networking event. I met a lot of awesome people in Winter Park, and then I came here to finish moving stuff today. So on my little wrap, I put some hummus. I found this. I don't know if I like it. It's okay. And then I put some peppers. Sweet peppers. Yeah. I literally did not know what I was doing, by the way. I just didn't want to get a bunch of processed food at the store when I walked there the other day. And so I figured I could just throw a bunch of stuff together in one of these and it would probably taste relatively good. And it does. And then I bought an avocado and I put half of an avocado on this one and then I used the other half the other day. And then some of this salsa, but I am not very pleased with the salsa because it's not organic and it's probably got a lot of junk in it. But I need to figure out how to make mine. Oh, you know what? The tortilla is probably the most special part. I have to get it. I'm stuck behind this table. Here it is. So these are the tortillas, and I've never seen them before, and I've been looking for something that was not just like plain wraps, you know? It's called Be-Free, and it's wheat and gluten-free, so that's a plus. And then it has quinoa and chia seeds. I don't know what teff seeds are. I just saw that. And flax seeds. Yeah, have you tried these? And let's see. There's less than 1 gram of sugar. Holy crap. That's really, really good. For some reason, I thought they were like organic too. You have, but not those kind. Oh yeah, there was 2. There was this one, and then there was like one that was made out of wheat, but it was like still pretty clean. Like, oh, I remember at the bottom it says like all the stuff that it's free of and what it's made out of, and that's pretty cool. I guess it's even suitable for vegans. Look at that. I have a bunch of vegan friends. Yeah, that was the main thing that I was going to show on that. So other than that, I just put that all on a wrap, and I've just been eating that, and Oh, and I put some pink Himalayan salt on there too. I don't know how people go vegan either. Oh, my vegan friend literally just commented on my Facebook. That's so funny. Speak of the devil. Alright. Oh yeah, I was gonna wrap this. Let's see if I can show you how ridiculous it is to, like, wrap this, because I tried to, like, leave space at the end. Like, you know, whenever you make a wrap and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put all this stuff on it, and you, like, fill the entire middle, and then you go to wrap it, and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna spill all over my lap. You gotta remember to, like, aim it at the front, and then leave a little lip at the back, you know, and I usually forget, but this time I didn't, and I think it's gonna work pretty good. These are a little bit, flimsy, I will say, so, like, yeah, like, the bottom's already cracking where I'm making, so I'll probably want to have, oh, I wonder if I go outside for a second, and then if it will catch back. Oh, man, I missed your comment about the vegans, dude. I didn't even get to see your name. Let's see if I lift you up to the sky, if my signal catches a little bit better. Is it lagging now? This is ridiculous. Okay, that's a good idea. And if not, we'll wrap this one up short today. But as I'm working from home most days, or working from boat most days, 2 to 3 seconds. Ding. I hate when that happens, and I don't know why, but it could be my RAM on my phone is, like, super shot out, so that's probably my bad. I need a new phone, but we're working on that. First, we gotta get the boat figured out, you know? And the wrap is, like, perfect. I have a Note 3 right now, but I'm considering switching to the dark side. The iPhone, I don't know. I've avoided it for so long. I know. I mean, I like Apple. I have a Mac and I have an iPad, but I do a lot of things on my Android that iPhones don't, like, as far as just customization and stuff, and so I don't know. I feel like I really like my widgets. You know, widgets are very important to me. Like, I always know exactly what's on my to-do list, and my, yeah, there is a lot more options, and there's not as many paid things, you know. Hello, friend. I don't speak that language, so. No, what? No, what? Craig, did the lagging fix at all? And why are you in Orlando and not on a boat, by the way? I got really distracted and don't remember where I let off from that. I feel like this is extremely rude to Periscope and eat, but this is the only time I have to Periscope, so okay. I'll just chew in between, you know. So, on my other social medias, I actually do try to be a little more organized than this, but I got really overwhelmed by Periscope whenever I was doing it, like, every day, and I was trying to, like, do, like, topics after topic after topic. And I will eventually do that once everything settles down, but for right now, I figured we can still hang out, and if there's, like, things that we need to talk about, then we can talk about them. You know, right now it's pretty steady things going on with business, so I don't know what that means. They are militant. And you know, it's interesting because my friend who is vegan, she's like married to a military man, and he's the one that introduced her to veganism. And it had a lot to do, actually, with his experience in the military. So I'll tell you the story. Here we go. Here's the topic of today. How my friend's husband became vegan and what his experience was. I will still never become vegan, but I'll tell you why at the end. and sporting cook. What is your name? Why do you think, Craig? Tell me first, and then I'll tell you the story. Yeah. Hi, Jay. Oh, how did your cousin convert, Jay? I'd love to hear. So as you're typing, I will tell you this story because I know it's going to lag anyways. So, my friend's husband they're Canadian and they live in Canada now, but they were here whenever I met them. And he became vegan after being in the service and I think it was deployed somewhere, I just don't remember right now. And later on, much after that, he had a blood test ran and was going through typical health stuff. Jules! Hi, Jules! You're in the boat, Jules! You totally distracted me, Jules! Because when you're in the military, depending on when you're deployed, not much options. True. Hi! So, Jules just entered the room, by the way, so that's going to be a little distracting. But Jules, right now, I am telling everyone about how my friend's husband became vegan. And then I'm going to tell them why I'm not vegan and why I just am plant-based in general. Yeah, I told them that I am doing lunch scopes because I don't have time for any other scoping, because I end up just being so long-winded when I do all these planned ones. And right now, it's not fitting into me trying to really chat one-on-one with all of my customers. So, anyways, so my friend was in the military. He had his, checkup. She basically watched YouTube videos and was horrified about what happens to eggs, fish, meat, and next Saturday. You know what? That converts a lot of people. Yeah, that's a lot of people. You're driving. Cool. Okay, so he had his health test done and whatever they do to, I think he was sick or something. And when they got his blood work back and stuff, they told him that at some point he had been exposed to mad cow disease. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my hand and flapping it. He had been exposed to mad cow disease, and it was when he was in the military, and they were feeding them, pretty shitty, meat and stuff. And he was, real upset when that happened. So, he said at that point, he stopped eating almost all meat except for, I don't know, some sort of, really high-end steak. I don't really know steak. So, he told me what kind, but it didn't make sense to me. I was like, okay. So then, he wasn't eating a lot of red meat, and he was only eating, one type of steak, if any. Yeah, I heard that, and that's pretty scary that when he needed, to be, most on point, he was exposed to mad cow. That would be very bad if you think about the consequences that could have had on a military man. And so then he came back from his deployment. Yeah, like a zombie. Sorry, if you see me keep looking over to the side, it's because people are walking by my dock. That's a better reason, yeah. Yeah, you can buy directly from farmers toward cow farms. Cool. But it's really low tide right now, and so, the dock is, up there, and I can see every single person walking by, so... Lisa! Hello, Lisa! Thank you for being here. It's been so long since I had you on my scope, but I see you all the time on Snapchat. So then after he got back, he was, taking a walk in the woods. I don't know why or what, and he was walking the dog, and he said that he was walking along, a pasture where there were, all these cows. Go figure, I don't know what they were doing there. Yes, I'm in my boat now. I'll show you a little bit at the end, but we'll like go in sections, you know, the places that I've actually cleaned a little, at least. So then, hold on. I have to eat. So then, as he's walking along this pasture, he's in the woods. Yeah, right? If you feel like you have vegan friends or people that are thinking about becoming vegan, you could share this broadcast with them. And he came upon like this herd of cows. And if you know anything about cows, which my best friend, he like grew up on a cow pasture, so I've learned a lot about cows from him. They are like a matriarch society. So there's like one main like cow lady, like one big heifer. Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. He would not appreciate me saying all these ridiculous things. Anyways, so the main heifer is going to like kind of determine like what all the other cows do whenever like something new or weird comes into play, such as like a random man walking through their pasture around all their little baby cows, you know. So he said that he could see them watching him, and at first they started to like get closer and closer, and honestly, like, I mean, I've been around so many cows, I don't really feel like they're gonna do much unless you literally like stole their calf or punched them in the udder, you know. I don't know. Other than that, they just look at you. I've never had any of them that I've been around like do anything to me other than just get in the way. So, but he was getting nervous, I guess, because he was not used to this. And they do get up on your business. Like, they're just going to be like, and he said that he noticed as they were getting closer, this is what I always tell the cows whenever they're in my way, whenever I pull into my friend's house and the cows are in the middle of the road, I go, move. I swear I do it every time, and I laugh every time because I think it's hilarious. Oh, I've never told anyone that, actually. So next time you see a cow, that's all you're going to think about. And as he was saying that he saw them, like, watching him and moving in and kind of, like, keeping an eye, like, what's going to go on. And they were talking to each other, you know, mooing and stuff. And he said that he got so close to this one, and it was probably the main heifer. And she, like, pretty much did a signal for him, or for the other cows to kind of, like, you know, like, let him go, like, oh, he's good, he's cool, he's alright, you know. And they just kind of, like, wandered off. And he said at that moment he was so touched by how, like, they were real. Like, real is not the right word. He probably said something much more logical than real, but they were so intelligent that they were talking to each other and, like, really guarding each other, and how, like, how much more was going on in their brains than what he ever realized from an animal, you know? A lot of us look at animals and we're like, that's just some meat. That's my dinner, you know? Versus, versus another living, breathing, thinking being. And he said from that day on, he couldn't eat meat. And so that's whenever he became vegan. I don't know if they're the vegans that don't eat honey, by the way, because that's a whole nother story. But, so that's how he became vegan. Why do you think I'm not vegan? I will open my burrito to you. It is interesting, right? Oh, I gotta drink some water. I forgot to drink water. Because I love honey! I know, where's the bee filter whenever you need it, right? Okay. So, my friend told me all about this, and I felt a little bit bad because when I stayed with him in Canada, we had sushi one night, and I love sushi. Like, I love pretty much everything fish. And I don't know why they took me to a sushi place and then insisted on them ordering, like, vegetarian sushi, which I did not even realize existed until that day. And I was like, I can't just have vegetarian sushi. If I'm gonna get sushi, I'm gonna get, like, sushi with fish. And so I had the, like, sushi with, like, the meat on top of the roll. You've had bad experiences with sushi, I can understand. If I probably ever had one, I would probably stop eating it too. But luckily I haven't. And I got that, and they put it, like, all in this one big tray because we took it back home with us. And so when we got home, there was, like, this dead fish carcasses, you know, on this sushi next to their vegetarian sushi. And I could see how disgusted they were by it, and I felt so bad. But fish, I feel like, do not have... I did that too with my cousin, to be polite. I ate fruits for dinner. I should have, like, I didn't know how serious it was until that was when they told me the story about the cow, by the way. So that was what spurred the story of the cow, was me eating sushi. So I felt, like, a little bit bad, but I, you know, respect their ways, and luckily they did respect mine. They did not force it upon me while I was even staying with them. And so, as I was saying, when they told me that story, I understood. I got it. Like, I can see where they're coming from, but I also don't eat a lot of meat. Like, I try to eat 5% or less of meat. I try. Because I know that after that, the health, like, issues are way more serious. So that's where, like, I try to keep my range. But as far as, like, the whole feelings thing and, like, the intelligence, I don't know why I'm doing this so much, sorry, the intelligence of the animals, I completely agree with him. You got sick from sushi, 48 hours, stomach pains, had to go to hospital, haven't eaten since. Ugh, yeah, it would probably take me a while to go back after that. You only eat chicken and fish? And what kind of chicken do you get, Lisa? And what kind of fish is your favorite? So, I understand the whole intelligence part that really, you know, got him and, like, made him change his mind. And I understand... Oh, I love salmon, too. I don't think it matters how smart something is. To eat them, I respect them. Exactly. And that's kind of like where I'm coming from. And yeah, about the animals, we would never truly know because they can't talk. Yeah. And so here's where the twist comes in. I do believe that the animals are very intelligent. They know what's going on, probably a lot more than us, but they are not telling us. Who knows? We won't probably ever know. But plants have intelligence too. Plants have feelings too. I don't know the quote science, but I have done enough research that I know that they have found how plants can actually feel. Did you know that water can feel? I'm very curious if you've heard this information before. Have you heard the thing about water, though, Jules? Really? Yeah. So pretty much everything, not only animals, not only plants, water, everything. What are we made out of? We're made out of cells. And cells move around and everything's in its, like, vibration, like, pattern, you know? And so it's all energy, exactly, like you said, Lisa. So animals are just living, vibrational energy beings, just like we are. of the water versus abuse water. Yeah. Plant whisperers are real. Are they really? I don't know if you're joking. Consciousness. Yeah, and that's where, like, the question would come to play. So, you know, I don't know if water has consciousness either, and that's a very deep conversation that we're not going to go into today because I'm almost done with my burrito. But as far as the whole feelings thing go and intelligence, nature is all around us. It's not just in the animals. So the whole vegan thing about, you know, well, they have feelings too, you know, like us, so I'm not going to kill them because I don't want somebody to kill me, although they would kill your ass too if they could eat you. I'm just saying. Hello. I don't know what BB means. So that's why I'll probably never be vegan, because as far as the whole, like, feelings and emotions thing, you know, killing a plant is, to me, the same as killing an animal. I don't know which one has a conscience and which one doesn't, and as long as I do it all in, like, good faith, like, not wasting stuff. I don't believe in wasting stuff and doing it just for stupid reasons, you know. I like to go fishing. I feel bad a little bit for giving them a lot of, you know, lip rings, but I always throw them back if I'm not going to eat them, you know. I don't just, like, kill fish just to kill fish, and I don't really hunt, so, but if my friend hunts, then I would eat the meat, you know. I'm not just going to be like, yeah, just throw that thing away, that was cool. So, the same thing for plants, you know. We kill plants more often than we kill animals. Plowing a forest to grow all these grains. Exactly, yeah. That one, I'm not even going to open that can of worms, Jules. That one's too controversial. Man, life is interesting. Learn new things every day. Which part, Craig, did you learn? Oh, and I didn't even really explain the water thing yet, but I will in a second. Let me get some of that carrot. Am I honest? A lot of veganism is based on guilt-tripping people rather than making conscious choice. I feel that way too. It is yummy. Just in general. Yeah. So this is kind of my personality. I do like to explain things, so I'm a very big teacher at heart. Read The Vegetarian Myth. Audiobook you'll love. Ooh. Can you tweet that to me, Jules? Because otherwise, I'll forget by the time I'm done with the scope, and, like, I'll never read it. I have a to-do list going on, though. That's been pretty good. It's been pretty helpful. I use some app called Trello. I'm getting back to the water in just a second. Okay. I can't talk with carrots in my mouth as much as I can with burrito in my mouth. You're starving. What are you going to eat? Okay, so for water, bonjour. Two parler français. No. No parler français. So, the water, they did research on, like, the vibrational patterns of water, and I'm trying to remember exactly, like, what they were measuring or how they figured it out, but they did some study that showed in water, you're gonna laugh, this is gonna sound so ridiculous, when water was being, like, spoken to, like, with, like, nice positive words and, like, you know, those type of energetic words, like, oh, good water, nice water, very tasty water, you're very nice water, like, I don't know, that would be something I would tell my cat or something. But I don't know what words they use. I think I saw this on a documentary, but they did this study where when the water had positive words, and I guess that really would have been the only thing it could have been, like, and there's emotion coming from the words, obviously, so that's going to be something else too. It actually, like, showed more of like a charge. Like, I think it was like there was like more positive charge in it. If you know that, tell me what you know, because I'm butchering this, but I know the basics of the fact that water has feelings. Water whispers too. Humans are wonderful species. We like to whisper to everything. So, it had something to do with the charge and it's something to do with the ions or whatever. And yeah, that's what they found. That was pretty much the sum of what it was. When we die, we become water, and that would be ironic. Exactly. We are like already, what is it? 80% water? Is that right? 80%? Liveliness of water. I think you spelled that wrong. Soak in a tub of water, it will pull out your negative energy and relaxes you. Oh. Interesting, Lisa. That would make a lot of sense because, you know, it's going to be kind of like osmosis, or I think that's the term. Biology was a really long time ago. But you know how, like, you become wrinkled whenever you're in the tub because you're actually losing water in your body when you're in the tub for whatever reason that I don't remember. And it is pulling those, you know, particles out of you, and it would only make sense that it's going to just try to, like, make it, like, all even keel. So if it was super negative on the inside of your body and it's pulling that stuff, it's, you know, it is pulling that water out of your body, and when you're in the tub, it would make sense that it's going to pull the ones into the rest of the water to make it like the same style of water, if you're following what I'm saying, hopefully. Not in like a specific name, word, thing like that, if that's what you're asking. I got like 3 bites left. Hopefully. So what did y'all think about lunch scope? Should I do this whenever I'm eating lunch? Like, do you think we go to heaven? I don't really believe that we go anywhere because we're just here, and like, I feel that our perception, if that answers your question. No, I don't believe that. Yeah. It's hard to explain to some people, so I don't try to like get into like super deep details because I lose a lot of people when it all is said and done, and so I respect anyone's beliefs because I don't know any more than anyone else, so like I have no idea. Put a thumbs up or a smiley face if you think we should do more lunch scopes whenever I'm working from boat. Okay. Cool. Luckily, you know, yeah, I always like at least give you the teaser of what I think, you know. Sometimes I'll get into it. You've been on there, Jules, where I've really gotten into it, so cool. Yeah. What I did, if you do want to, you know, when we're doing lunch scopes, I went on my Snapchat, and I went ahead and told Snapchat before I came on here, because a lot of times I'll come on here and it's just creepers, and like, I am not really trying to have lunch with creepers. I'm just trying to go down the street and do that. So, if you have Snapchat, just follow me at box_edge, and I'll try to remember to put it on there first before coming here to scope, so that like you know, and you'll get like the little notification from Snapchat, because a lot, I don't, you know, it's BOX_edge, just like my handle here, pretty much every social media, including my new YouTube page for my sailing videos, which I haven't posted a sailing video yet, but there's a teaser on YouTube, Box Edge Sailing. Cool. Well, I'm really glad that y'all joined. It was really nice meeting some of you, because I didn't meet some of you before, and I'm really glad that Lisa and Jules were able to hop on. Lisa and Jules, did you know because I sent you the Snapchat, or were you just happened to be on Periscope? It's your first time on Periscope? What? Oh my god. If this is your first time on Periscope, you have a lot cooler things to learn than just me eating my lunch in front of you. You happened upon me. You happened upon. Yeah, seriously, Craig, welcome. You know, if you're planning on doing scopes, then let us know, because it's a little bit weird at the beginning, but then you start to get used to it after a while. And, you know, if you're looking for any really organized and really, like, powerful, packed scopes, you were scoping your last class? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see it. Make World Small Village. Anyways, Craig, if you're looking for people who, like, post and scope a lot of, like, really interesting things, very similar to the things that I'm interested in, I don't follow a lot of people. So if you looked at my following list, I feel like a lot of them are, like, some of the ones, like, on that same wavelength, at least. Not a lot of, like, random people and stuff like that. So that might help, but I'm sure you're going to find so much. It's going to be overwhelming. I remember, Jules, do you remember my first week scoping? Like, I think I was scoping, like, 8 hours a day. Like, either on other people's chats or, like, on Periscope doing a scope. It was, like, a instant crack addiction, and that was really horrible. I cannot go back to doing that. That was really bad. Yeah. When you follow, as long as, like, the bell doesn't have, like, a line through it, you'll get a notification. And it'll go onto Twitter also. But then, like I said, if you use Snapchat, then I'll just send it to you there if I remember to send it to everyone. Yeah, I remember that too. I did a handstand somewhere. I don't remember where I did a handstand. Oh, in my cottage. I did a handstand in my cottage. I thought I was going to break everything. I don't think I can... I guess I could do a handstand in my boat. And my phone is critically low battery. So we're going to have to wrap it up here. But I'll continue doing lunch scopes. So that makes it easy breezy on me. And obviously we end up with topics anyways. So that was really fun. Thank you guys for joining me for lunch. It was so much fun. Bye. Yeah. All right. Bye.